Okay guys, so welcome back again to the channel. So in the last video, I taught you guys about powerlifting. I talked about what it is, what the three main events are in a powerlifting competition, and today I want to talk about mainly the squat. Okay, basically the basics of the squat and how to squat. So first, there are two types of squat. Okay, the back squat and the front squat. For powerlifting purposes, we utilize obviously the back squat. That means that the weight is on our back as compared to the front squat where it's in front, and this is used mostly by Olympic weightlifters. Okay, so for the back squat, there's the low bar squat and the high bar squat. The low bar squat, you have the bar set lower on your back. High bar squat, the bar rests higher, um, somewhere along the traps area. Okay. Okay, so as a power lifter, it doesn't really matter if you go for the low bar squat or the high bar squat. Both are accepted in competition, so you can use either. But most powerlifters I know, and even elite powerlifters, go for the low bar squat, mainly because it allows them to move more weight. Alright, so let's run through the squat. Before you get under the bar, take a grip where you're comfortable with. Doesn't matter where how wide or how narrow your grip is. The important part is that you maintain upper back tightness. Okay, so once you have that set, take a walkout. In the walkout, I always prefer to limit my steps to two, but a lot of athletes have like a 3 or 4 step walkout. It's just a personal thing for me. I feel like I get to conserve energy for the actual lift. And then you can now begin your descent. For competing athletes, this means waiting for the squat command. Once you hear the squat command, then you can begin your ascent. So while going down, remember to drive your knees out. Personally, for me, this allows me to reach depth. That means because in competitions, it varies from federation to federation, but in the IPF where I compete, we have to the hip crease, meaning where the upper and the lower body meet, has to be below the top of the knee at the bottom of the lift. All right. So driving my knees out allows for, I feel like it allows me to reach that depth. Okay, so the ascent is simple. Just imagine taking a seat, right? So there's a chair, take a seat. That's basically the squat. It's sitting down and standing back up. Okay, so once you reach the hole is the bottom part of the squat, the lowest part of the squat. Continue to drive your knees out on the way up. Personally, again, feels like I feel like it allows me to save energy so that none is lost through the ascent. And that's the squat. Okay, so some common questions while squatting. The first is, how low should I go? Okay, I tell you to go below parallel because squatting high, meaning your butt barely reaches parallel, or it's like sitting on a higher than average chair, meaning that your knee will be the knee bend would be at an angle. So that means that your squat is high, so your butt is high. This would eventually create an imbalance in the leg muscles, which could eventually lead to knee injuries. All right, so that's one. Second common question is squatting bad for your knees. Here's a fun fact. When I was new to powerlifting, that was around 2000, towards the end of 2014, 2015. I had myself checked because I had this constant discomfort in my knee. It wasn't really pain, and it was there ever since I was a swimmer back in high school. There was this something in my knee that was, it was just uncomfortable. It wasn't necessarily pain, but it was causing me some discomfort, and I just wanted to have it checked. Okay, so I go to the doctor. He orders for an MRI. I do the MRI, and the results come, and then the results came, and he told me that I had the knees of a 50-year-old. Okay, so again, backstory. So I was a swimmer from grade school until high school. It was all of, I think, 7 or 9 years. I was a competitive swimmer, so I was much slimmer. And then after that, I gained weight. After I stopped swimming, I gained weight, and then I was playing basketball consistently. So I guess it was taking a toll on my knees. Um, so he told me that I had the knees of a 50-year-old, and if I were to continue powerlifting, that I shouldn't lift heavy. I could squat, but not to lift heavy. But I thought that I was just getting started. I hadn't even competed. I hadn't even done my first meet, and he was already telling me that I couldn't do what I was beginning to like doing. So I decided to um, I decided never to see him again. Okay, so I called it quits with the doctor. So I left the clinic, and then the rest is history. Okay, I go back to training, and then I meet my coach. He puts me on a program. We do a meet a few months after, and then I actually even set a novice record in the squat, which was kind of, I was feeling good about it. And then eventually after that, a few months after again, I qualified for the national team. Something I never got to do as a swimmer. Something that I've always dreamed about, being part of the national team. So I competed in Asians the same year, 2015. Won a couple of medals. All right. So is squatting bad for your knees? I would say that it actually makes the knees stronger, because it develops the muscles around the knees. Okay, which leads me to the next common question while squatting, about squatting rather. What muscles does the squat work? Basically, it involves all of your muscles, all of your leg muscles, your butt muscles. Okay, it works all of those. The core, obviously, since it's a compound lift. Compound meaning it works multiple muscle groups, not just one. Okay, so yeah, I guess those are the more common questions about squatting. Okay, guys, so we're nearing the end of the video. I just wanna give a tip. Okay, a tip while squatting. So this video you saw at the start, this is my heavy single for last week. It's about 495 pounds, I think. um, Always wear the right shorts. Okay, they have to be flexible. They have to be yeah, you have to be able to move well in them. They have to be flexible, because um, it's very common that shorts rip open during the squat, and chances are the squat is one of the first workouts that you're gonna do in the gym. So wear the right shorts. You don't want to cut your workout short and have to go home just because your shorts ripped, or you won't want to continue in the gym with ripped shorts. Okay, so as you can see in the video, after my heavy squat, I felt like my shorts ripped. So remember to wear the right shorts always. Okay, guys, so that's it for today's tutorial video. I hope you learned something about the squat. If you did, leave a like for the video. If not, or if you have other questions, just leave a comment down low, and please subscribe to the channel. Next, I'll be doing bench and deadlift, and there's a whole lot of other content that I'm gonna share with you guys. So don't forget to subscribe so that you can see the other videos, and don't forget, exercise for your extra rise.